Hello everyone and welcome to Dreams Jury, Episode 1, The Foxiest Fox. This is where creations come to battle it out in a public poll to see who is indeed the top of their field. I'm excited that this time around it is the Foxiest Fox, because there's a lot of cool foxes in Dreams and they're all rather quite foxy. But we need to know who the foxiest is. There's just no doubt about it, we do need to know who the foxiest is. So, without further ado, let's just get things underway. This bracket here has been sorted accordingly in such a way where the matchups seem to make sense and things have been seeded as well. Everything's fair, so you know it's all good. Now, let's kick off with this battle up here. And what a way to kick it off. We start with Frederick Fox versus Foo Fox. So a little bit of history on these. Frederick Fox won the Impey for Best Character at the very first Impeys. They are without a doubt one of the most popular, well-known and well-travelled foxes within the whole Dreamiverse. They feature in a variety of creations. And look, they're adorable, they're lovely, they're a gentleman fox. You know, it's a real gentleman fox there. And then we have Foo Fox from Nema88, who again is a gentleman fox. You can see here they're bringing you a gift of some shrubs and stuff. They're a lovely fox. They're coming along. They're getting ready for a date. They're quite nervous, but they're going. And they might have a hopeful future. They're far less known throughout the Dreamiverse. They're used in a lot less things as well. But they're another gentleman fox. So here we go. It's the battle of the gentleman foxes, and we've got Frederick against Foo Fox. The poll is now live. It is set to 1 minute. And let's see who wins. Actually, it's not letting me do a poll. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's cause... okay, so... I think Twitch banned the term Foo from being in a poll. Wait a minute. Let's type this up again. Disaster. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's still happening. I'm just going to call it the other one. There we go, now it works. Now that I'm not having to type Foo, it works. So you've got Frederick Fox, and then we've got Foo Fox. But for the purpose of the poll, we're calling Foo Fox the other one. And the other one, really, you know, it does have adorable little legs, as Sinok's saying in the chat. Look at him go. It's a lovely gentleman fox. But he's up against strong competition. Frederick, you know, Frederick's used in so much. There's even a collection here from the creator in which they've like charted their adventures throughout the Dreamiverse. So here we go. Here are like a whole bunch of different things that Frederick has featured in. And it's nice to see the creator keep their own record of things that Frederick features in as well. I do think that Frederick's going to take this. I'm looking at it. There's a few seconds left. It's 6-1. Boom. Frederick is through. There we go. Frederick is into the next round. There you go. That's how brutal this is. Goodbye, Foo Fox. You were great. Now, for our second match of the evening, we have Buff Fox versus a vixen named Roxanne. I'm very proud of like this channel, and these events are very inclusive. We have foxes of all shapes and sizes and all genders, from all walks of life and all professions. And this is just a buff fox. You know, he's been working out. He might be going for gold at the next Fox Olympics or something. I don't quite know the full backstory behind them, but it's a buff fox. There we go. Imagine him and Buff Burt down the Dreamiverse gym working out together. I like him. He's a buff fox. Because you can do all sorts of stuff, such as fox sounds or crouching. It's really cool. So that's Buff Fox. And now here's a vixen named Roxanne. The creator here says, look, they gave in to their own self-indulgence a bit on this one, but look, we're very inclusive here. This is, like, who's going to win this one? It's interesting. I feel like Buff Fox has more of a moveset going on, but Roxanne's got such swagger. This is wholesome Dreams Fox content. So I don't know, I'm going to type this up now. We've got Buff Fox and a vixen named Roxanne. Let's go. Here we go. Buff Fox versus Roxanne. The poll is now live. Who's going to win? This is interesting, isn't it? It's very exciting. It's going to, like, especially when it gets to the final and stuff, it's going to be interesting. And if this works out, I don't know if it is working out, but if it does work out, then maybe in the future there can be different things, like the boatiest boat, or, you know, the cakiest cake, or whatever. There can be all sorts of stuff. I don't know. But the poll is going, and I can see that currently it's a tie. This is really tense. It's a tie between Buff Fox and Roxanne. That's intense. I don't know what to do if there's a tie. Oh, Roxanne's winning. There we go, she's snuck in front. Who would win in a race, do you think, between Roxanne and Buff Fox? Who would actually sneak in front? Presumably the answer is Roxanne, that's who we're going with here. There we go, boom! The poll is over. Roxanne is the winner. They are through to the next round. Oh, it's going to be a tough matchup when it's Roxanne against Frederick Fox, but that's for later on. For now, we have Fox, just standard, regular Fox, versus Red Fox. So let's check out Fox from Meals Keels. They've gone for a more sort of realistic look here, and it's not a possessable puppet, but it does look great. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's cool. Really well done. I think, like, the textures on it are just, like, I think they're cool. I think they're great. I love the legs. They really, you know, if I was walking home from the supermarket late one night, right, round about dusk, and I saw this in the street, I would not think it was a Dreams creation. I would think it was a fox. You know, I regularly do see foxes in the street. I quite like foxes. If I'm honest, I've never had a problem with one. They're just trying to live their life the best they can. And yeah, that is a really nice, like, realistic fox. I'm a fan of that. And we've also got this fox here, Red Fox. This one is possessable, but they're going for a similar sort of aesthetic, and it's cool. I like the way it sort of runs, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's a good fox. You know, this is a good fox. This fox is going to curl up on your lap. The other fox is just going to stop you in the street on your way home from the supermarket. But they're both lovely foxes. So now we've got Fox versus Red Fox, and so Fox is the top one, the first one, and then Red Fox is the second one. I know what my favourite is, but I'm not voting on any of these polls. This is entirely up to the public. I might have gone a bit overload with the background on this collection. I mean, it's just foxes galore, isn't it? With Frederick just looking over all of them, like some sort of fox giant. Anyway, this is going to be interesting. It's Fox v Fox here. Who's the foxiest fox in the whole of Dreams? After this, we will have an official answer. It's exciting. This fox really astounds me. It's just so well done. But again, like, it's going to get really tough later on when things come up against each other in future rounds. There are so many foxes out there, by the way. Shout out to some of the honourable mentions, including this Pixel Fox from High Flyer 1964, and this Diligent Fox from Stardensis and Kuhad. Now, Fox appears to have won, which is really cool. I'm happy that Fox won. I'll be honest, Fox was my favourite there, but I didn't vote. The public voted, the public decided. Great job, everyone. Fox is through to the next round. And who are they going to play? Let's find out. We've now got a Fox collection from Betanagur. And this one is potentially like controversial because there are 3 foxes here. So does that count like as them ganging up on the other foxes? I don't know, but they've got swords as well, so you don't want to mess with them. They're really cool, and you know, you can sit down. Look. So cute. So yeah, there's 3 of these foxes here. They're really well done. They're really stylish. They sort of remind me a little bit of like the nine-tailed fox from like Japanese mythology and stuff. They're really cool. And then also, we've got Fox. This is from Jate 2038. And it's cool. Again, they've gone for a more sort of realistic look here. But almost, it could almost be a bit kind of RPG Fox character. And it's really cool. It's interesting. I like the way the mouth opens. And you can sprint. There we go. Full motion there. Full motion movement. You can jump. And you can even stalk. Look at stalking there. Sneaking up on people. And then you can bite. So there's 2 really cool foxes. And let's see who wins. Let's type this up. Let's go. Who will be the foxiest fox? How many times can I say foxiest fox tonight? That is the question. So at the top we've got Fox Collection. And then we've got Fox. There we go. I hope this does lead to the inspiration to create more foxes in Dreams. When I was sourcing foxes for this, I did find a lot of foxes. Obviously, there are all of these foxes that I found, and there are a whole bunch more as well. But there wasn't necessarily as many as you would expect. Like, other animals have definitely got a lot more variants and stuff. So it was cool. But I'm just so hyped that later on this evening we will know who the foxiest fox is. We're gonna know. About 25 seconds left on this poll. I'm gonna have a quick hydrate. There we go. It's really heating up here as we almost get halfway through the first round. This is Dream Sports Action, like esports, but Dream Sports, also like Fox Sports, kinda. Fox Collection 1, okay, that's exciting. So there we go, the Fox Collection ganged up on Fox, and they are through to the next round. Okay, now, this next one's super interesting. We've now got a battle of the cube foxes, as first of all we check out Rusty the Fox from Bender Rodriguez. It's a little fox boy who seeks big adventures, and look, it's really cute, it's really cool. It's got a whole bunch of, like, you know, controls and abilities here. Obviously it's remixable, you can make a game with this if you want to. I can see that being really cool. There's so much you can do, and it's so stylish as well. Do you think it's the foxiest fox? Only time will tell. But it is a really cool, stylish fox with a whole bunch of fun gameplay abilities. And then also, we've got Community Create a Clump Fox from Nioke. Nioke is one of the top sculptors throughout the whole Dreamiverse, and I'm sure you're familiar with them. And they created this fox for, like, the game that I cannot remember the name of. I mean, it's Clumps are the characters, right? I know the game. There we go, Clump Chucking. See, I've got a big thumb up. But yeah, they had a community challenge where they asked people to make their own clumps. Nioke made this fox clump, and look at that. It's amazing. Incredible spray painting. And like, the way that they have managed to incorporate every element of a fox onto the cube is really cool as well, like from every angle. Look at these little beads here, toe beads and stuff. It's really cute, it's really cool, really well done. So, it's a battle of the cube foxes. Who's going to come out on top? We've got Rusty the Fox on top, and then let's call them Clump Fox on the bottom. It's a tough one, I know, but I had to match these up here in a way that made sense. So here we go, Rusty Fox, Clump Fox. The poll is now live. Here we go. and yeah, so unique. Both of them are amazing. The only like problem with this entire Foxiest Fox event is that there can only be one winner, and the rest, unfortunately, are not the winners. But they're still here. It's the taking part that counts. They were chosen for the event, along with a whole bunch of honourable mentions, and you know, it's fine. It's fun. I don't think anyone created these with the intention of them winning a competition, so they should be happy just to to be in the first round, right? They qualified, and they got past the qualifiers, and they're in the main competition now. And yeah, it's cute. There might be trouble for Frederick. We just don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, who's to say that Frederick's even gonna get to the final? He's up against a vixen named Roxanne, so anything could happen. Oh, Rusty Fox wins. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Now, there we go. Boom. That's really cool. I'm happy for Rusty Fox. The thing is, no matter what wins, they're all amazing. Now, the people who voted for Rusty Fox, was it the gameplay elements that swung it for you? Um, because I do find it interesting. Like, everyone's definition of the foxiest fox is going to be different, and that's okay. Like, foxy is in the eye of the beholder, and you can have all sorts of foxiness. But yeah, there's definitely quality gameplay there. I just wonder if that's what swung it. Anyway, we're now on to the next matchup, which is Rave Fox from Dopefish versus Fox Knight from Funseek. Now, this is going to be a real tough one, a real close call, as we now have a molecule-made fox that can go into rave mode. It's like, you can just be wandering along, right, minding your own business, on the way to the shops, and then all of a sudden, flash mob. So yeah, I mean that is Rave Fox. They're really cool, well designed, well put together, and with a really fun little mechanic as well. And now here is Fox Knight, a remix of a character template from Morning Naya, who are one of the top character creators from all the way back in the beta. They've got a bunch of amazing templates, and yeah, this is really cool character. That running animation is so well done. And it gives you a real sense of speed as well. I know there's no scale or anything here, but it just feels good. And yeah, really well put together, really well sculpted, crafted, great little knight's armor and stuff. It's a cool fox. But do you think it's the foxiest fox? Only time will tell. So we've got Rave Fox against Fox Knight. Here comes the poll. Here we go. It is such a tough one. The poll is now live. There we go. There we go. Crazilo says they used to use Night Fox in one of their projects, in a abandoned project, and that's cool. A lot of these foxes tonight, I would say, have been used in a lot of projects. They are these are the top foxes on Dreams. I know that I selected them myself, but I looked around, and I would say these are the top foxes on Dreams generally. The honourable mentions are all amazing as well. I just had to draw a line somewhere. It either had to be 16 or it had to be 32. Or it could have been 8, but you know what I mean. So I'm including them because they're great. Honourable mentions, I just, I had to draw a line somewhere. Night Fox, whoa, amazing. Night Fox is winning 8-0, so I think Night Fox has won that. I mean, there's not going to be 8 people voting for Rave Fox in the last moment, so there we go. Night Fox is through. Good job, Night Fox. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Now, here we have Quick Bomb. I mean, a fox from Quick Bomb. And I think this is cute. This one reminds me of almost a fox from British children's TV or something. And I don't mean Basil Brush, I just mean like a sort of cool stop motion fox, because it is kind of stop motion, isn't it? And like, I think that if you had a whole bunch of characters who had this style and a cute world, you could make a really fun and cool stop motion thing with this. I don't know, just a nice scene. You know, it's nice. And yeah, there we go. I mean, yeah, Prince Tara just said it looks like an in real life animated puppet, and exactly, yeah, it's like it is a bit like that. And Miss Yaiko, Animals of Farthingwood, wow, I used to get that magazine and watch the TV show and everything. There's a blast from the past. But anyway, that's Fox from Quick Bomb, and now they are up against Emma the Fox. This is again, look, we're very inclusive here. We don't fox shame, but this one does identify as a furry. Does that play into things? Let's go now. Who's going to win this one? I know they're very similar to Roxanne, but they're different. They're different. They're cousins. Now, okay, so who's going to win between Fox and Emma the Fox? Here comes the poll. Foxiest Fox. We've got Fox and we've got Emma. Now, if you're in chat and you want to participate in this historical moment in which we will discover who the Foxiest Fox in Dreams is, the poll is now live. All you have to do is pick an option. We've got Fox and we've got Emma the Fox, cousin of Roxanne. You've just got to make the choice. And then we will find out who the Foxiest Fox is. It's Friday Night Foxing with Tenya. And it would be a bit of a grudge match if it was Roxanne versus Emma in the final. I mean, I'm leaving this all up to chance. This is all the public can decide. If that's what the public want, then that's what the public can have. That's okay. I mean, if the public love Emma and Roxanne, then that's fine. However, on this occasion, I think that Fox is going to win. I'm looking at the early results. I've done some exit polls on some of you as well. And yeah, I do think that Fox has come out on top on this occasion. That's cool. Now, for our final match from round one, we have one of the possibly one of the tastiest matchups. This is going to be tough. We have the villager version of Frederick Fox from Diamond Yancey. This is, you know, it's Frederick Fox if Frederick Fox was an Animal Crossing character, right? Kind of. It's really cool, it's really cute, it's really stylish, it's really well done. Diamond Yancey is one of the top like element creators in the whole of Dreams, and yeah, their work is amazing. And I know it's a second Frederick Fox, but it's a different style of Frederick Fox. And it's a lovely tribute to Frederick Fox. Really cool. And then also, we've got Fox from Tiny Diorama. Now this one is not a character, it is just a sculpt here. But it's a beautiful fox. And it's remixable, and it has even led to like other versions, such as for example this one from Vince Cully, where they're just cooking some eggs there. And yeah, it's a very tough choice. We've got two really cute foxes here, but who's the foxiest? Only you can decide. So, Foxiest Fox, here comes the poll. We've got Villager Frederick Fox, and we've got the other Fox. We've got Villager, we've got Fox. The poll is live. It's up to you. You've got to decide. Let's do it. I'm just gonna have another quick hydrate on mute. Sorry, I should have done a capture card stream, and then I could have actually had like background music and stuff. That would have been amazing, like hype music. But anyway, here we go. Like about 30 seconds left on the poll. Okay, so We've got the villager against the diorama. I don't know what way this is going to go at all. It's so close, it's so tough. They're both amazing foxes. There's only one vote in it with a few seconds left. And then boom, there we go. Okay, Fox has won. So there we go, we're putting through Fox by a single vote. That does conclude the first round of the Foxiest Fox. So now we are down to the final 8 foxes. As Lucid Stew just put it in chat, these are the elite 8 foxes of Dreams. Simply to get this far is an accomplishment, and all of these foxes have done an exceptional job. Well done, all you foxes. But there can only be one, and we must now move on to the first quarter-final of the evening, which is between Frederick Fox and a vixen named Roxanne. It's a battle for the ages here. I've got no idea what way this will go. It's entirely up to the chat. Frederick Fox is beautiful, as we know. He's featured in a lot of Dreams. He's even won an Impy. He's the only fox to ever win an Impy, as far as I know. And that is a very impressive feat for a fox. And now we've got a fox named Roxanne, who is up against them in this round. It's Battle of the Titans here. Let's type up the poll and see what happens. Who's going to win? Foxiest Fox. And remember, Foxy is an eye of the beholder. So whatever your definition of Foxiest is, that's what you're voting on. I have a wide range of criteria that I select my foxes on, from, you know, hair softness, to personality, to skill set, to art style. There's a wide variety of criteria I have in my foxes, but you're free to define it however you want to define it. The poll is live, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here. Absolute hype for these other quarterfinals as well. We're getting near the end. There is going to be a winner. You know, there is actually going to be a Foxiest Fox. So it'll be official, officially unofficial, and you'll all be responsible for it. You're a part of history here right now. About 10 seconds left before we know who's won this one. And it's very close. I'm looking at it and it's very close. But there we go. There we go. The hammer has fallen. And Frederick is the winner of this first quarter-final. Boom. Just like that. Frederick is through. It was tough, but it happened. The public have decided. And we've now got another tough battle, as we have Fox from Mills Kills, this realistic fox that I fell in love with earlier on. Really, you know, beautiful fox here. Against these foxes, which are a bit more mythical, but just as beautiful. You know, they're a completely different style. It's realism versus fantasy now. And this is going to be an interesting poll. You know, is it the swords with the foxes? I mean, the swords with the foxes? The foxes with the swords? Or the realistic fox? Realism is often very popular in Dreams. But this is going to be interesting to see what happens. Foxiest Fox. We've got Fox versus Fox Collection. Here we go. Now, Crazilo just asked for a little look at the honourable mentions. More than happy to have a look at them just now while you vote on that. The poll is live. So this is an honourable mention. This is Anthropomorphic Fox, and look, you load it up, right, and you think, yeah, this is a cool fox, right, kinda, and then this happens, and I could not in good faith put this forward as the Foxiest Fox. Maybe I should have. Maybe foxes are a bit headless sometimes, but it's a really cool fox. I'm a big fan of it. Great job. Here is another buff fox. It's just an even more buff fox, isn't it? It's the buffest fox. Now, it may be more buff than the other one, but I quite like the other one. Although this one would probably win in a fight. You can pause, but it's cool. He's a buff fox. Buff with belly, exactly. He's rugby fox. Here's Diligent Fox from Star Dennis and Kuhad. This is really cool, right? This is like so stylish. It's a great character, and like it almost reminds me of like a Pixel Juice milk carton, but it's not. It's a fox. And I love the top hat and the briefcase and the tie, and like it is a diligent fox. It's really cool. But I can see that in the results of that poll, Fox Collection has won and is through to the next round. So there we go. They ambushed the realistic fox and took them out, eliminated them. So that's going to be a hype semi-final. And we now move on to this quarter-final over here of Rusty the Fox versus Fox Knight. Again, this is going to be a tough one. And in a way, they're both kind of Fox Knights, you know? They're both Fox Warriors. But who's going to come out on top? There can be only one. So there's Rusty the Fox, and then here again is Fox Knight. It is such a tough call, right? Because the styles are so different. You know, in round one, like where things generally had the same sort of style, you could, you know, I guess you could have your preferences and stuff, or think what one was better. But now it's coming down to things that are of totally different styles. It's just interesting seeing what happens. The poll is now live, so to vote, there we go. We've got Fox Knight against Rusty Fox there. Now here is another honourable mention. This is Fox Pixel Art. And it is exactly what it says. You know, I believe this came out before the square fleck, So these are actually all cubes, and like, it's probably really bad for thermometer and stuff. Like, but that's okay. Like, it's fine. It's really well done. But it's really cool. It's a great little pixel fox. And then over here we've got a remix of Crystal Fox. And Crystal Fox is a fox, you know. They've got claws, they've got headlights, they can purr and they can meow, but those things are unwired. If you want those things, then you have to do them yourself. But they're a fox, they exist, they're in dreams. It's Crystal Fox. Look, we're inclusive here. And we've also got Super Fox from Magnatha. And this really is a super fox, like, look at them go. Super fox, you know, ready for battle. But those are just some honourable mentions, they're not in the competition. The competition, just a moment ago, was between Rusty and Night Fox. And Night Fox came out on top 7-4. So, there we go. Night Fox is through to the semi-final. Sorry, Rusty, you just, you know, maybe next time. Now for our final quarter-final, we have Fox, which I love here. I love this. It's like, yeah, it's like old school British TV kids show Fox. It's really cool. I'm a big fan. But then also we have Fox, which I'm also a big fan of, and it's really cute and really stylish. And again, they're so different. So I'm going to type up the poll, and let's see what happens. As we have top fox versus bottom fox. That's what we're going to call it, right? Just for the sake of the poll. Here we go. Obviously the top one is the one on top, and the bottom one is the one on bottom, but they're both just called fox. So the poll is now live, and this is going to be hype. It's going to be exciting. Now moving back to the honourable mentions, we have Fox Toy from Cake Pips. And this is a fluffy fox who is weirdly buff, you know. When they say that they're weirdly buff, I think they maybe didn't mean to make them buff, but I don't know if they're buff as much as they're just a bit chunky. Like, it's alright, they're cute, they're amazing. It's Chunky Fox, and they're really cool, they're really well done. They've got style, they've got charm, and they're one of the top foxes in Dreams. We've also got Proganic Raccoon Fox, which is quite, like, you know, it's like sci-fi fox, isn't it? It's terrifying. It's like sci-fi spider fox, kinda. And there we go, 3 tails as well. It's crazy, it's really well done. It's stylish. It's an interesting fox. But now this poll is coming to an end, and the bottom fox has come out on top, ironically. So there we go, Fox from Tiny Diorama is through to the semi-final. That's exciting, that's cool. Look, unlucky Fox from Quick Bomb, but you made it to the quarter-final, and to get so far in itself is an honour. Now, things are going to get serious. Here we go. This is where things really start to heat up. For semi-final number 1, we have Frederick Fox versus a Fox collection. Let's have a quick reminder for both of them. So this is Frederick Fox. He stands for world peace. He hopes to unite the Dreamiverse, and he travels it on a regular basis, visiting all sorts of creations, just to check everyone out, make sure they're alright. It's Frederick Fox. And we've got a Fox collection, who themselves are on a mission of peace. You know, look at them, they're stylish, they're cool. Look at how graceful they are as they trot along on procession and guard duty, just keeping the whole Fox Kingdom safe, you know, because if the Fox Kingdom's safe, the rest of the Dreamiverse is going to be safe as well. This is such a tough call, right? So we've got Frederick Fox against Fox Collection. Who's the foxiest fox? Let's find out. Here comes the poll. It's really tight stuff. 1 minute poll. It's now live. There we go. Really tight stuff. I knew this was going to get hard. You know, when you come up with an idea like this, at first it's all just fun and games, but then you think about it and you're like, oh no, this is actually going to get really hard as things get really good, and like, you know what I mean? It's a tough call. I'm excited to see what happens, but I'm also nervous. It could be anything. Anyway, quickly back to the honourable mentions. Here we have Fox Drawing from Bianco123. Look at that. It's beautiful, right? Like, it really is a beautiful, stylish Fox Drawing. It works. I'd happily like stick that on a wall in one of my scenes or whatever, you know, it's really cool. And it looks like Fox Collection has actually won that semi-final. So there we go, that is an upset. Frederick Fox, the only Impy winning Fox in the whole of the Dreamiverse, has been upset. That's exciting, that's interesting. A Fox Collection is our very first finalist in the very first episode of Dreams Jury. Let's go to the second semi-final and see what's going to happen here. We have Fox Knight versus Fox, a playable character versus a sculpt. I still really just like the way this character runs. I mean, if no one's made a 2D platformer with this character yet, even just like, yeah, 2D platformer would be fun. So that's Fox Knight, they're really cool. And then here we have Fox from Tiny Diorama. Beautiful. So well done. Just one of so many cute and wholesome creations that Tiny Diorama's done. So, who's going to come out on top? Here we go. Night Fox against Fox. Who is the foxiest fox? Here we go, here we go. Night Fox against Fox in the second semi-final of the evening. Now back to the honourable mentions. Here I have Warrior Fox character from Kitty Quinella. This is a Fox character that is meant to be a warrior, and it will be the main character in their game. They've got a sword and a bow. Look at that, they're really cool. Like, they're a cute fox with a cool, like, you know, sort of Karate Kid thing, and they can shoot the bow. And here we go. It's amazing. It's really cool. Like, I don't know if the game's still in development or not, But I would happily play a game as this character and run around shooting my bow. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. It's like Rambo Fox in a way as well. It's like awesome. And then here we have Rita Fox from Evil Monkey 178. And this one, you know, look, I did read the description, I know, but it's a fox, and I love the way it hops along. It's the animation that really gets me. Just look at it, like, I don't know, it's like Rabbit Fox, isn't it? It's cool. I genuinely love it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's just really cute. Now, there was a winner in the semi-final, and it might be considered an upset, I don't know. But Night Fox wins, and we've now got an exciting final between two very, like, fearsome warrior foxes. It's interesting. I had no idea the way that this was going to go, or who would win each round, or anything. I did have a feeling Frederick Fox would go far. I didn't know if they would win it. But it's amazing that in the final we have two fighting foxes, each armed with their own weapons, and yeah. This is hype. We're going to find out who is the foxiest fox. I wish I had like a theme song or something now. Let's check out our first finalist, a fox collection, labelled as still a work in progress. And yet it's got to the final of the Foxiest Fox. Officially, it is at least the second Foxiest Fox in the Hole of Dreams, and it's still a work in progress. It's so stylish, it's so cool, really graceful, you know, really graceful. And they fight for good. And then over here, we have Fox Knight, who, as we've already established, runs amazingly and has incredible attire. Like, I love all the textures and the details on the outfit. Like, it's just really well done. Look at the chainmail. Like, they've got top elbows. Like, I know they're covered up a little bit, but there's good elbows under there. And yeah, it's really cool. Like, genuinely, I think that this would be a really fun 2D platformer character. Obviously, you could also do a 3D platformer or anything with them, or even add more moves or whatever. Don't know why I said moves 3 times there. But just in particular, I can imagine having a lot of fun running in a 2D just running and jumping in a 2D platformer with this character, you know. I think that's cool. Anyway, it's Fox Knight versus a Fox collection. I've no idea what's going to happen. Foxiest Fox. Let's go. Absolute hype. 1 minute poll. The poll is now live. It all comes down to this. Everything comes down to this. The whole evening, the whole event, every single fox that anyone has ever made in the whole of the Dreamiverse, they all come down to this. I'm excited. I can almost not contain my excitement. There's about 30 seconds to go. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I cannot wait. It's just interesting. It's been a weird experiment. And yeah, maybe I can do it with other things in the future. The boatiest boat, the cattiest cat, you know, that sort of thing. And we can make a thing of it, maybe. I mean, I can see that there does appear to be a winner, though, and the poll has now officially ended. And that final really was a walkover. I thought it would be a lot closer. Like, Fox Knight came out on top so heavily throughout their journey. I was surprised that they didn't have so many fans in the final. But Fox Collection is our winner. Here we go. Well done, Fox Collection. The victor. The very first, like, champion of the Dreams jury. And officially the foxiest fox in the whole of Dreams. It's done. Well done. You win. That's amazing. Well done, a fox collection. Now, I should set up some sort of thing whereby now that this is won, I actually need to make a game with it or something. Um, and then I guess that's maybe what I can do for the rest of the stream. Congratulations, like, well done, Fox Collection. You are the foxiest fox in dreams. Well done. You and, you know, your brethren here. Congratulations to all three of you. I do only have one trophy, so you're going to have to share it and just sort of send it around between each other. But I'm sure that you can do that. It's okay. And thank you very much for participating. It's been a wonderful competition. Congratulations to every fox. Thank you for entering. Unlucky, but there can only be one, and simply to be included is a compliment. Hey everyone, look, thanks for tuning in. That was the Foxiest Fox. We have a winner. This is officially the Foxiest Fox in the Whole of Dreams. Amazing. In the future, we might do this with other things. I don't know. Let me know how it went. Answers on a postcard. But catch you later. Have a good one.